What is up, my fellow net dwellers? Couch Command here, the teddy bear who teaches you how to mod different games. Today we're returning to another Game Pass game, Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2. It's been out on Steam for forever, well, a couple years at least. And now it's come to Game Pass as well, and we can mod it. And it mods relatively straightforward and easy. And plus, with all these shorts I've been teasing the whole, I'm going to teach you how to mod this thing, I figured I'd also throw in some bonus content at the end on how to use all those mods I displayed in the short. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, first off, we're going to show that this is a fresh install. Obviously, I've been playing this game quite a bit just to get all the mod stuff figured out, get everything functioning. So, while fresh install, I am going to have my previous saves still available, which means hopefully I get the mods right, otherwise my previous save is going to break. So let's go ahead and install this thing. Alright, now that we've got the game down, let's go ahead and launch it real fast and just get to the vanilla state. The mod we're going to be using is the Valkyrie mod, which could make it where you have an additional faction available outside of the original 6. So let's go ahead and first confirm that I'm not lying about there only being 6 original factions. So you'll notice mods, I've got nothing over here. Go ahead and play. Wait for the game to load up, and I cannot click continue. If I click continue, I'm going to have issues. Probably. So if I go new campaign, achievements are disabled because I still have cheats enabled. I will show you how to do that as well before I go ahead and finish up, but you'll notice we only have the 6 faction here. I'm scrolling my mouse wheel. We're not moving. We have Landians, Sturgians, Empire, Assyrii, Huzites, and Bathanians. Once we successfully mod, we'll have an additional one here called the Valkyrie. Also, our female body will be replaced with the Amazon-style female body, which was the recommendation for the mod. I didn't realize it was a recommendation when I first did it, not a requirement. So, since I've been doing it that way up till now, might as well keep doing it that way. Now, due to the finicky nature of installing mods for this game, there's some weirdness around the versioning. There's some weirdness here and there. My advice is to go ahead and run your requirement mods after you get them installed before you start adding other mods to it. Just confirm basically each step away you're functional. Otherwise, you're going to probably run into issues. The first mod up is the Adonnay's Troop Changer. This is how the Valkyrie body... This is how the Amazon body mods work. It's by Adonnay. Adonnay, I think, actually puts out a lot of stuff for this, remembering right. But anyways, you're going to come into Files, and you're going to make sure you grab the one that is for Bannerlord 1.0.3, which is actually the Game Pass version of it, more or less. Go ahead and download that one. I've already got it downloaded. You'll notice it right here. It's a 7-zip file, so we're going to go ahead and go extract files using 7-zip. We're going to just send it to my downloads folder. The biggest trick to modding all of these games for Mountain Blade, Bannerlord, is if there is a bin file on the game, it has this WinX64 client, this is the problem. Microsoft, in their infinite wisdom, decided to change their folder structure again and make it so if you have a file that has that name on it, it won't run because it's looking for a different location for the bin. If we actually go browse here, and we go into Mountain Blade 2, content, modules, all this stuff goes into modules. We're going to copy Adonnay's over. Now notice I haven't modified this yet. So what's going to happen when I run this is we're actually going to get an error when I select the mod. So if we click play here, go into mods and select Adonnay's and click play, we get this error. Cannot find modules, Adonnay Troop Changers, bin, gaming desktop, X64 shipping client. Well, of course it can't, right? How could it? Whenever Adonnay's bin file is using Win64 shipping client. So essentially what I do is just I create a new folder here. I just call it gaming desktop X64 shipping client Then you just copy all the contents from the shipping client, the original one, to your new gaming desktop shipping client. And then you are good to go. So this should just fail out and let us... Oh no. It's just not going to do anything. So we exit the game. We're going to go back to browse. I'm just going to be leaving this folder open going forward because I don't like having to come back and do this repeatedly. Go into the modules, go into Adonnay's bin. The one I originally was modifying was over in my downloads instead, so I'm just going to copy this gaming desktop 64 that I created with the copied files in there. Goes out of my downloads. Go ahead and click play. Mods, Adonnay's is still selected. Go ahead and click play here. And if this worked, we won't get an error this time. It'll actually have successfully loaded the mod. In which case, no error. Successfully load the mod. We're good to move on to the next step. Next step is the Amazon Body mod and the Amazon Armor. For this one, download the Amazon Body 1.0.2. I couldn't get this one to run, but this one works great. Then as far as the Amazon Armor, you can just use the default. They have additional items for you to use for more culture if you want, but default works fine for this. So if we come over into my downloads, you can see I've already got them downloaded. So we're just going to use 7-zip, track files, 7-zip, track files. We're going to come into each of these and check and see if they have a bin folder. If they do, we need to alter things. If they don't, we can just move them straight across. Amazon Armor is good to move straight across. Amazon Body, good to move straight across. So we're just going to pop open the other folder for our game location. We're going to go back into the modules. We're just going to go and copy the Amazon Body. Then copy the Amazon Armor. Okay. Let's go ahead and test to make sure those two worked. And I just closed out of those like an idiot. Oh well. Easy to reopen, just wasting time. All right. Come into mods, Amazon Body, Amazon Armor. Go ahead and click play. Confirm. You're going to get those warnings a lot about it not being the correct version of the game as far as the mods go. You're just going to have to accept it, run it anyways. Most of the time, not an issue. Sometimes, occasionally, you will have to go and find a different version of the game to get it to work, but that's more the exception than the rule. We go into new campaign now. This shouldn't have added the seventh faction, but this should have added the alterations to the female characters in the game. Achievements disabled. Again, that's because of cheat menu. Also because of mods at this point. Pick a random faction. Next, select female. Definitely a different look than before. So Amazon Body, Amazon Armor are both functioning. Amazon Armor just makes it so with the new frame, the armor doesn't clip through the person, basically, or they don't clip out of their armor. Anyway, so we've got Amazon Body, Amazon Armor, both functioning. We've also got Adonnay's. All that's left is the mod that we're actually starting to look for, the Valkyrie by Chicken Boy 10. It adds an additional group of settlements. It adds an additional category you can play as outside of the Britannians and all the rest of that. Said you can be a Valkyrie. So the thing is, this one here, the newest release one, won't work for you. Instead, we come down here and we go to the version 1.00, version 1.9 specifically. What we're after. This one will function for us, so make sure you download this one here. I've already got it downloaded, of course, so if we go into downloads and Valkyrie, this one here's got a lot more to installing it, and that's because it actually was designed to be installed using a mod manager, specifically FO mod. So it actually was designed to have something do the logic for you, and since we're not having that do the logic for us, we're going to have to do the logic ourselves, which means it's a little more involved. So we come into the folder here, we're going to go ahead and just copy settlements. Actually, we're just going to click settlements and drag it out of settlements and into our modules folder over here. And we can delete it from this one. And I'm messing with the zip file because I'm apparently all kinds on my game. 7-zip, extract files. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so Valkyrie settlements we're going to come into. And we actually want the new settlements, or at least I'm choosing the new settlements. So we're going to delete the new off of this piece here. Then we're going to delete existing. We're going to come into module data. We're also going to go ahead and delete the existing. Go ahead and rename this to new. Well, rename the new by deleting off the new. We're going to go into the bin here. And I'm going to go grab Adonnay's real quick because I never remember the folder path. So Valkyrie settlements, bin, paste in what we got for Adonnay's for the gaming desktop x64, blah, blah, blah. Go into this, go ahead and delete the DLLs, go ahead and go into the bin for Valkyrie settlements, go ahead and grab the DLLs and paste them. Okay. That is basically all we need for the Valkyrie settlement piece. Now onto the Valkyrie proper. One, I'm going to go ahead and drag this. I almost drag that into Valkyrie settlements. We're going to drag it over into Mountain Banner. And I'm going to rename this just to the Valkyrie. Okay. Now you have the choice of Skimpy armor versus regular armor. We got Adonnay's installed, so we're going to do Skimpy because why else have Adonnay's? Well, Adonnay's in Amazon, I guess I should say. We're going to go into the module data here. You'll notice we have regular Skimpy types. We're going to go ahead and cut the one for Skimpy out of the Skimpy folder, paste it in. Then we're going to go ahead and just delete both of these. We're not going to use FO mod, so this FO mod folder, which is the install instructions for the wood mod, can just go away. Config. We're going to go with always recruit Valkyries. Guessing. Why not? And then we're going to go into our bin here. And same deal as before. We're going to go ahead and copy one of our other folders we had created. Just to make sure we get the naming right. Go into the bin here. Paste it. Delete the contents. Grab the contents from the other folder. Copy them over. Alright. So now we've got bin taken care of. Config taken care of. Module data taken care of, submodules. At this point, we are good to launch. If this succeeded, we're going to actually be able to have another faction available to us. Faction, that's what it's called. We'll have Valkyrie settlement selected. Go ahead and click play, confirm. If everything worked right, the game should just kick right on through. So far, so good. We can go new campaign. And first step to success is if we have a 7th faction available for us to select. There's obviously a lot more to this mod and a lot more you can test with it, but there is our 7th faction. So we have the Valkyrie faction available. You have no options. You were born into a family. You can pick out your stuff like normal. But at this point, we have successfully modded the game. We've successfully added Valkyrie to it. So that piece is good. Well, now that we've successfully modded the game, I have been putting out shorts to tease the whole how to mod video, where I used a couple of different mods that obviously weren't the ones I used in the video. So let's go ahead and do some bonus content here and show you how to install those mods specifically. We've got Custom Companion, New Female Armor, GT Carbon's outfits, and GT Carbon's body. The Custom Companions is pretty straightforward. You can actually just download the latest one for this one. Slow download. Female Armor, same deal. You can come into files, and we can just download armor. And we're going to do that the same thing for the Carbon outfits and the Carbon body. We're just going to go into the files, We're just going to download the latest. There's nothing as far as these go that you actually have to go anywhere special to download. But once all those are downloaded, you should be good to start modding. All right, now we have these ones available to us. Let's go ahead and start getting them ready. Let's go ahead and take custom companion, 7-zip, extract files. Same deal as all the other ones. We're just going to extract to this one. We'll do the same thing with the new female body armor. This one is going to take a little bit because it is, again, it is bulky. Extract files for the GT Carbon outfits. And extract files for GT Carbon body. So, custom companions. This is basically just the same thing we're doing as far as the bins go. So, I'm just going to open up the module folder. We'll copy that one right over and then make the modification for that guy. So, browse. Modules. Then I click. So, go ahead and pull open our custom companion. Kind of move it up into modules. Go in here, go into the bin. Right click, new folder. Paste in what I just copied before. Go ahead and copy our DLLs. Paste them into the folder location. All right, custom companion should now be good. Let's move on to the next one. Downloads. And we're going to go after GT Carbon body. All of these ones are actually empty, GT Carbon body, so we don't actually need to worry about it. So the bin file is essentially empty. Asset file is the big piece here. All the pieces in here are basically good to go from the start, so we don't actually have to do anything with the carbon body. We just have to move it over into our mods folder and drop it in. Now we're going to go over to downloads and go on to the outfits. Same deal, no bin, so we can just click and drag it over as is. No need to worry about anything with that one. New female armor. We've got a bin file. But again, these are empty, so we're going to go ahead and just delete the bin file here. Then we're going to do the same thing as the... My 7-zip not finished? Not finished. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to click and drag it over. All right. Now that we have those, we're going to go ahead and click play here. We are going to toggle off Adonnay's Valkyrie settlement and Amazon. If it would let me click and move this thing, there we go. Mods. So we're going to go ahead and disable Adonnay's, Amazon, and the Valkyrie settlement, and we're going to enable custom companions, GT bodies, GT outfits, and new female for GT bodies. I'm going to click play, confirm. Everything worked out. Again, we shouldn't get an error here. It should just let us through. And because all of the play I had done up to this point, as far as my gameplay goes, was using these mods, I should be able to actually launch my previous save and have it just function, which is basically the confirmation. So go into save games. You can see here I actually have the GT Carbon body and armor actually loaded onto my character, so let's go ahead and confirm it's all good. Alright, now if I go into my clan, I've got the 18 alterations still. We've got my main character with the armor and body on my clan members as well. If we actually go to this settlement here, we have the custom companion available. So all those mods you can now use. They're that simple to install.
So when I was editing my Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2 video for putting it out, and one, I realized going through the first time, I talked about showing you how to use cheat engine, and I never did it. 2, whenever I first made the cheat engine, apparently it corrupted to the point that I couldn't actually use it as far as the videos go, and it was essentially causing my videos not to render. So after spending about 3 hours trying to get a video uploaded for Saturday, that ain't happening. On the bright side, I'm going to re-record how to use the cheat piece. Hopefully it's not corrupted. Hopefully we can actually render the damn video. And hopefully we actually get this up and live for 3 tomorrow. Anyways, so as far as using cheats on Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2, Bannerlord, basically what you're going to do is not anything here. None of this stuff here helps us. What does help us is just going to our documents. You can do it by File Explorer, simply clicking on Documents. You can search documents, however you want to go about it, whatever makes you happy. Find your documents. We're going to go into Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2. We're going to go into Configs, engineconfig.tx. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to open with code. That's Visual Studio Code. You can open it. It'll open with text. You can open it with Notepad+. It's whatever makes you happy. Inside of here, we're going to be looking for this one line. Cheat mode equal to 1. This is a binary value. 0 means off. 1 means on. Once you have it on, just kick up the game. And once the game's launched, you will be able to use some of the control options and all that. I honestly never do. I just use the fact that it lets me automatically use any inventory item and add any inventory item I want to my inventory. And cue the time jump because I'm not waiting. Now, as far as using the inventory piece, it's simple. You click on inventory. And voila, everything over on the left here is free items inside the game. You can add to your inventory. So whenever I want some gold, instead of using the command to get gold, I just add a couple of the most expensive items in the game. Because you got items in here that are super expensive, like 100,000 expensive. And you also have items in here that are worth next to nothing. So just snag a few items, add it to your inventory, sell them off. You'll be good to go. You'll have your money taken care of pretty easily. Most of the towns actually carry like 40,000 gold. So sell 1 or 2 of items. You're going to be set for almost all the early game at least. Anyways, back to the actual conclusion of the original video. Anyways, this was Couch Command. You guys all have a good night, a great tomorrow, and an amazing rest of the week. I'll see you next time.